But like any good actor, she never broke character.
A man fakes an accident, expecting an easy payout, until the dash cam exposes him. Across the world, scammers plot their next big score, thinking they've outsmarted the system. They fake car crashes, rig lottery tickets, even pose as long-lost relatives, all to cash in dishonestly. But some aren't as slick as they believe. From fake beggars to bold cons caught in real time, these are 20 times scammers were caught in the act. Number 20. The Legless Beggar who ran for it. Street scams are everywhere, but some are so bold they leave entire cities in shock. In China, one beggar pulled off a con so outrageous that when the truth came out, people couldn't believe their eyes. There he was, scooting along the pavement, dragging his body with his hands. No legs in sight. His clothes were ragged, his face full of sorrow, and his story was even worse. A tragic workplace accident, he claimed, had taken both his legs. His plea for help was agonizing, and people didn't hesitate. Money poured in, day after day, as generous strangers emptied their pockets, convinced they were helping a man who had lost everything. But hold up. 4 friends walking by aren't buying it. Something is fishy, and they're about to blow this whole sob story wide open. They hatch a plan, and it's genius in its simplicity. One whips out a phone to film. Sneaky, right? While another casually strolls over and steps on the cloth this guy's got wrapped tight around where his legs should be. Now, most folks don't stare too hard at homeless people. Let's be real, it's awkward. So this scammer's been banking on that. But not today. The second that foot pins the cloth, it's like a switch flips. This legless beggar? He leaps up, 2 perfectly good legs unfolding like some twisted magic trick. He snatches his board and sprints off, full-on Usain Bolt style, leaving jaws on the floor. The video hits social media like a tsunami, racking up views faster than he ran. His scam's toast. Finito. Donezo. Number 19. The dash cam that stopped a hood-smashing hustler. Okay, you're cruising down a busy road in Jinis City, China, horns blaring, scooters weaving, when out of nowhere, a woman bolts straight toward your car. Your gut says, she's in trouble, maybe running from something awful. So you ease off the gas, right? Big mistake, my friends, because this isn't some damsel in distress. This lady's got a plan, and it's about to turn your day upside down. She hits the deck. Bam! Flopping like she's been slammed by your bumper. You're freaking out, heart pounding, thinking, did I just hit her? Meanwhile, people around her, they barely blink, like this is just another Tuesday. Suspicious much? The driver is no dummy though. He's got this nagging feeling that something is off. He inches the car back, watching her like a hawk. And then, oh, you're gonna love this, she springs up, totally fine, and charges at his hood. She's smacking it, kicking it, screaming bloody murderer, trying to dent it up real good. Why? Insurance scam, she's banking on a fat payout claiming he ran her over. But here it gets juicy. This guy's got a dash cam rolling, catching every second of her Oscar-worthy meltdown. She even fakes a limp, hobbling around like she's crippled, then kicks the car again, right in front of a cop. The nerve on this woman. The cop is just standing there, useless, as she flips between injured victim and hood-smashing lunatic. Finally, she realizes the jig's up. No payout, no sympathy, and she storms off, leaving the driver to peel out, probably praying his paint job survives. That video hit the internet, and people lost it, condemning her shameless hustle and that do-nothing cop. Without that dash cam, though, this poor guy's wallet, and maybe his freedom, could have been toast. Number 18. The wiper-grabbing creep who picked the wrong woman. Some scammers rely on deception, but others try pure intimidation. One con artist in rural China thought he had found the perfect target, a lone woman on an empty road. But this time, he messed with the wrong driver. This woman was driving down a lonely road in rural China, nothing but fields and the hum of her engine. Suddenly, a guy steps out, waving her down like his life depends on it. The woman was thinking, is he hurt or lost? So she slowed down, because who wouldn't, right? But this isn't some stranded soul begging for a lift. Oh no, This dude has got something way darker up his sleeve. He saunters over, calm as you please, and leans on her hood like he owns it. Then he grabs her windshield wiper, gripping it tight, and flashes a banknote in her face. Cash? He's not asking for help. He's demanding her money. The woman's pulse is racing. What's he gonna do next? Most folks might freeze, toss him a few bucks to make him scram. But not this driver. She's no damsel, and she's not playing. "Get off my car!" she shouts, voice cutting through the quiet like a blade. He doesn't budge at first, just smirks wider, until she revs the engine, daring him to test her. That's when he snaps, slamming his fist on the hood in a fit of rage. But here's the kicker. She's got a dash cam rolling every twisted second. That little lens? It's her secret weapon, proof he's a lowlife trying to shake her down. Finally, he realizes she's not caving. No payout, no win, and he storms off, hunting for his next mark. Without that cam, she'd have been just another victim, maybe even blamed. Number 17. The corrupt cops who messed with a YouTuber. Bribery is common in some places, but when two corrupt cops tried shaking down a well-known YouTuber, they had no idea they were walking straight into a viral disaster. It was December 2023, and Dutch travel vlogger Itchy Boots was cruising through rural Nigeria on her motorcycle, capturing her epic journey with multiple cameras, helmet, handlebars, the works. Then, out of nowhere, two officers flagged her down.
Everything is fine. Huh?
At first, they seemed friendly, all smiles and small talk. But within moments, their true intentions slipped through. "Give me something," one says, voice dropping low. "Give me money, 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 money." She was stunned. Did they just want to extort her?
"Give me money. Money, money.
Money.
Now, most travelers might panic, fumble for cash to get out of there, especially a lone woman in the middle of nowhere. But Itchy is not most people. "Why?" she fires back.
Why? Why?
Cool as ice, while her cameras catch every slimy word. The cops fumble, clearly not expecting pushback, and after a tense standoff, they wave her off, probably thinking they've dodged a bullet. Oh, how wrong they were. Within days, Itchy uploaded the footage to her YouTube channel, and it exploded. Nearly 9 million views in no time. The fallout was brutal. Nigerian authorities, embarrassed by the scandal, tracked the officers down, fired them publicly, and made an example of their corruption.
The Nigerian police has dismissed 2 special constabularies for demanding money from a Dutch power bike cyclist.
It's a sweet win, right? Corrupt cops crushed by a vlogger's lens. Justice served hot. Number 16. The Mixtape thug who picked the wrong tourist. New York's Times Square is a magnet for tourists, and for scammers looking to make a quick buck. But when one hustler tried his usual trick on the wrong guy, he didn't just fail. He went viral for all the wrong reasons. Amid the flashing billboards and packed sidewalks, a street hustler shoved a CD into a tourist's hands. "Yo, it's my mixtape. Free, fam." He grinned, scrawling his name on the disc like he was the next big thing. The tourist, soaking up the city's energy, took it. Why not? But just as fast, the scammer's tone changed. "Nah, it's a donation. Give me something for it," he demanded. The tourist tries to hand it back, but the scammer is not having it.
We don't sell a pen, we just ask for a donation for the record pen. Thank you.
"Come on, my guys are around. Small tip, fam." His buddies close in, looming like shadows, and suddenly this gift feels like a shakedown. Most tourists would cave, toss him a 5 just to bounce from the pressure cooker. But this tourist? He's got a spine and a phone rolling. "I don't want it," he says, firm, while the scammer's crew hovers, muttering threats like, "You got a tip, my dice is around."
Thank you, Ken. Ken, pick that up, Ken. No, pick that shit up.
It's intimidation 101, and it's working. Then, the video hits social media. Boom! Viral wildfire. Comments flood in. "This is why I skip New York. These guys are the worst." Turns out, this mixtape hustle is a plague in the city. Fake rappers bullying cash out of wide-eyed visitors. And get this, the uploader was live streaming later when one of these seedy thugs stalks him, threatening him on camera again. The nerve! That footage put a spotlight on this scam. Number 15. The beggar with a secret. For years, a beggar sat in the same spot on a busy Manila street. One leg missing, crutches resting at his side, hand outstretched for spare change. His story was heartbreaking. A work accident had cost him his limb, leaving him struggling to survive. Locals and tourists alike reached into their pockets, convinced they were helping a man in true despair. He became a familiar face, a tragic figure people pitied, until one night, everything fell apart. A guy named Jay was driving by, minding his own business, when he catches something that stops him cold. This crippled beggar was strolling away like it's no big deal. 2 legs, no limp, just casually dipping into the shadows. Jay's not letting this slide. He's ticked off, and honestly, who wouldn't be? The next day, he's back, ready to call this faker out. The beggar was in his usual spot, playing the part, when Jay swooped in like a truth-seeking missile. Show's over, buddy. And before this guy can blink, Jay's yanking at his tracksuit. Boom! 2 perfectly good legs unfold right there in broad daylight. The crowd was gasping, phones were out, and this scammer? He panicked, ditched the crutches and sprinted off, vanishing into the chaos of the city. Jay uploaded the footage to Facebook, and within hours, it exploded across Manila. The man's face was everywhere, his years-long deception blown apart in an instant. Number 14. The Crutch Lady's Shopping Spree Shocker. For 10 months straight, she was a fixture on Fifth Avenue, an old woman, frail and hunched, trembling on crutches as she begged for spare change. Her tattered coffee cup clinked with a few lonely pennies, her face carved with sorrow.
One after another, we saw them dropping cash into her cup.
Passers-by couldn't help but sympathize, digging into their wallets, dropping bills into her cup, believing they were helping someone who had nothing. Except she had everything. She's there every day, rain or shine, raking in $50, sometimes hundreds an hour from kind souls like you. In no distant time, she became the poster child for pity, until one guy decided to linger. He watches, squinting, because something is off. Every time someone drops cash, she quick shuffles it into a handbag, leaving just those sad pennies in the cup. Wait a sec, he wonders. Is she playing us? 2 undercover journalists caught wind of this and followed her.
But like any good actor, she never broke character.
Night falls, and they're on her like hawks, ready for the truth to hit hard. She shuffles to a minivan, climbs in, and, brace yourselves, steps out a totally different woman. No crutches, no hunch. She's young, fit, rocking an outfit that screams Fifth Avenue shopper, not Fifth Avenue beggar.
Here she is, walking perfectly fine. And of course, the crutches are gone.
The journalists filmed as she hit the luxury shops, blowing stacks of donation cash on a shopping spree. The next day, she returned to her usual spot, back in disguise, until the journalists confronted her. We saw you walking fine last night. Why the act? The question hung in the air.
We've been watching you the last few days, and you don't really need those crutches, do you?
She froze, then bolted. No words, no excuses, just shame. The footage aired on TV, and overnight, she vanished. Here's the part that'll make your jaw drop, though. She had a car, a house, a whole double life, all funded by people who fell for her limp. She's gone, sure, but how much did she pocket over those 10 months? And tell me this, how many other helpless beggars are out there right now, laughing all the way to the bank at people's expense? Number 13. The Motorbike Duo's Rear-End Ruse. Some scams are slick. This one was downright reckless. 2 guys on a moped swerved through traffic like they had a death wish. Then, they cut in front of a car, slowed down to a crawl, and bam, flopped onto the pavement like they'd been hit. One groaned on the ground. The other wobbled like he forgot his lines in this poorly rehearsed con job. The driver's heart pounded. Had he just rear-ended them? But something was off. No real impact, no damage, just 2 bad actors hoping to cash in on fake injuries. But hold up, this isn't an accident. It's a setup. and these clowns are about to learn they picked the wrong driver. The shirtless one staggers up, acting like he's half dead, while his buddies sprawled out, looking confused, like he forgot his lines in this little scam play. They're angling for cash, hoping the driver will panic and pay to make it go away. But this driver? He's not biting. "I've got a dash cam, geniuses!" he yells, pointing at the lens that has been rolling the whole scene. The look on their faces? Pure panic. No more limping, no more groaning. Just two scammers scrambling back onto their bike and speeding off like cockroaches under a flashlight. This scam is so common, motorbikes are prime tools for it. Quick, cheap, and intimidating. These two were smoked by a camera, but how many times did they pull this off before? Making cash from drivers without a dash cam who are hoping to avoid a fight or worse. Number 12. The tuck and roll train wreck. Some crooks rely on smooth talk. This one went full Hollywood. Traffic was crawling when a man suddenly sprinted toward a car like he was gunning for an Olympic medal. And then, tuck, roll, smash. He launched himself onto the hood, flopped to the pavement, and groaned like he had just been hit by a freight train. The driver froze. Did he just run someone over? Bystanders gawked, whispering, and the so-called victim milked the moment, groaning, twitching, selling every second of his pain. But here's the twist. This wasn't some unlucky pedestrian. This guy is an insurance scammer running a scam. His injuries? Fake. His plan? Blame the driver, cash in big. Too bad he picked the wrong target. How? A dash cam had captured everything. The dramatic sprint, the fake impact, the pathetic flop. The driver didn't argue, didn't panic, just let the scammer dig his own hole. When police arrived, the footage spoke for itself. Number 11. The pregnant panhandler's Mercedes getaway. San Diego drivers thought they were helping a desperate mother, but they were really funding a luxury lifestyle. Day after day, she stood on the median, belly swollen, a little boy clinging to her side, holding a sign that read, "Hungry, need money for my kids."
Smith said she wants people to know about this couple before they find a new place to panhandle with their son in tow.
It was the kind of scene that smashed right into your heart. Who wouldn't want to help? Dollar bills flowed freely from car windows, kindness pouring in from people who believed they were making a difference. But then, Melissa Smith rolls by and catches something that flips this whole pity party on its head. She squints. What's that?
Team 10 story about a pregnant woman begging for money with a boy, then getting into a Mercedes-Benz and driving off laughing has gone viral.
Melissa watches, jaw dropping, as a shiny Mercedes-Benz pulls up. The woman's husband hops out, grinning like he just won the lottery, and she waddles over. No rush, no stress. They pile in, laughing, counting a fat stack of cash people handed over. But wait, it gets worse. Melissa tails them, and this pregnant mom, she grabs a boulder, big enough to crush a windshield, and heaves it overhead like it's nothing. Pregnant women don't do that, folks. She's faking it all, belly and all. Word spreads, news crews swarm, and that footage hits the airwaves. Next day, she's gone. Poof! Either laying low or scamming a new town. Those generous drivers? They're left feeling like fools, wallets lighter, trust shattered. She wasn't just playing pregnant, she was playing everyone. Hundreds a day, maybe thousands over weeks, all funneled into that Mercedes lifestyle. Number 10. The seizure faker under the minibus. Some cons are clever. This one was pure theatrics. A minibus driver was making his way through traffic when, bam, a woman collapsed right in front of the vehicle, thrashing like she had been struck by lightning. Arms flailing, legs jerking, a full-blown seizure, right there in the street. The driver's heart slammed into his ribs. Did he hit her? Was she okay? A little boy stood nearby, her child maybe, watching with eerie stillness. Onlookers stared, but no one moved to help. That's when something felt off. The bus hadn't even touched her, yet she was scooting under it, still convulsing like an extra in a horror movie. It wasn't a medical crisis, it was a scam. She was gunning for an insurance payout, hoping panic would make the driver cough up cash. Too bad she didn't count on a dash cam. She's so deep in the act, you'd almost buy it, until that trusty dash cam comes into play. It's been rolling the whole time, catching her untouched flop and fake fit from every angle. She's got no clue her Oscar bid was on tape, still thrashing under there, until she peeks up, sees no one is buying it, and bolts with her kid in tow, leaving the scene like a bad actor fleeing a flop. Number 9. The fake vet who crossed a real hero. Traffic's humming along a dusty roadside, cars honking, exhaust thick, when this guy steps out, decked in a crisp military uniform. Medals glint, boots shine, and he's waving a cup at drivers.
Garrett Goodwin, a former Army medic, spotted the panhandler in military fatigues at a busy intersection in Tampa.
Muttering about his service and hard times. Folks slow down, wallets opening fast. Because who doesn't respect a veteran down on his luck, right? He's tugging at every patriotic string, raking in cash like it's a parade in his honor. But then Garrett Goodwin rolls up, real Army veteran, eyes sharp, and he's not saluting. He's seething. Something's wrong with this picture, and Garrett's about to rip the mask off this poser in a way that'll make your blood boil. Garrett has been around, seen the real cost of war, and this guy's story stinks like cheap cologne. He storms over, voice booming, "You're no veteran!" The scammer blinks, caught off guard, but Garrett was not here for chit-chat. You're out here wearing that uniform, begging for money. Tell them the truth. The guy's fumbling, sweat beading, because he's no soldier, just a fraud in stolen valor. Banking on guilt trips for bucks. Drivers are staring, phones out, as Garrett hounds him. Relentless, righteous fury on full blast. Within seconds, the fake veteran cracks, dropping the act and bolting like a scared kid, uniform flapping. That showdown? Pure fire, and it's all caught on tape, spreading fast. Number 8. The AC repair ripoff that backfired. Some scammers are bold, but getting caught on national TV? That's a career-ending fail. With summer heat blasting and your AC completely dead, you're desperate for relief.
There is nothing worse than when your AC breaks down in the summer, but can you trust the repairman you hire?
The repair guy rolls up, confident, tools clanking, promising a fix. But what if the fix is just a well-rehearsed ripoff? Inside Edition had a hunch after hearing too many horror stories of outrageous repair bills. So they set a trap, a simple disconnected wire, an easy fix for any honest technician. Then, they called in one of these so-called experts to see if he'd do the right thing. Spoiler, he didn't. After a few pokes and prods, the guy puts on a show, stroking his chin, nodding like he's solving a puzzle, before dropping the bomb. There is a microscopic leak in the system.
Okay, so there's a leak in the system.
Okay, so there's a leak in the refrigerant.
It will cost $1,736, almost $2,000 for a problem that doesn't even exist. He's confident, probably picturing his fat paycheck. But what he doesn't know? Inside Edition is watching. Just as he's sealing the deal, Lisa Guerrero steps out, mic in hand, ready to expose him. I'm with Inside Edition, and we know that unit doesn't need all those repairs. His face? Instant deer in headlights. Caught red-handed. Toolbox still open. He stammers, sweat beading, then bolts. Tires squealing, leaving his gear in the dust like a bad movie getaway. That sting? Pure gold, aired for the world to see. A scammer's nightmare unmasked in glorious HD. This wasn't just a win, it was a warning. Guys like him prey on your trust, jacking up bills while you're melting, banking on you not knowing better. He's running scared now. Sure, busted by a news crew with guts, but how many times did he cash out before? How many sweltering homes got fleeced by his microscopic lies? Number 7. The gang that crashed into a dash cam. Some scams rely on smooth talk, others, pure intimidation. But when this gang tried muscling their way into fast cash, they crashed straight into a humiliating defeat. A silver car screeches across a Russian highway, tires howling, cutting through the dusk like a shark on the hunt. You're behind the wheel, just trying to get home, when this thing swerves hard, slicing into your lane. You jerk left, dodging what looks like a sloppy driver, until it doubles back, scraping your tires with a sickening grind. 5 guys pile out, hulking and loud, blocking the road like a wall of bad news. Your gut twists. They're yelling, pointing, and you're thinking, this isn't random. It's a calculated hit, and they're about to turn your night into a shakedown, unless something flips the script fast. They're pros at this, slowing down to nick you, then swarming, banking on intimidation to squeeze your insurance dry. Most drivers would crack, hand over details, pay to escape the muscle, but this one's got an ace, a dash cam, humming quietly, catching every move. The gang's circling, ready to pounce, shouting about damage they staged, until the driver smirks and points. It's all on tape, boys. Their swagger? Gone. Faces freeze, eyes darting like trapped rats, and then, bam! They scatter, piling back into their car and peeling out like the cowards they are. That footage? It's a slam dunk. Proof they're just a pack of grifters who picked the wrong mark. Number 6. The family that faked it all. Some scams are desperate. This one was a masterpiece of deception. A dusty street corner in Pakistan buzzes with life. Vendors shouting, rickshaws rattling, when this family shuffles into view. Mom's guiding the kids, all eyes on Dad, who is hobbling along, one hand on a cane, the other outstretched. He's disabled, they say, barely moving, face twisted in pain, and they're begging for scraps to survive. People dig deep, tossing coins and bills, because a whole family was in despair. That's a dagger to the soul, right? They're out there all day, collecting pity cash like it's their job, until the sun dips low and a surveillance camera catches something that will flip this whole tearjerker upside down. Ready for the rug pull? They pause near a quiet alley. Dad slumps, resting, while the kids hover like little helpers. Then, bam! He stands up, straight as a pole, no limp, no struggle, and strolls off with the crew like it's a Sunday picnic. 2 legs, 0 disability, just a family of scammers working the crowd. That footage rolls, and it's a gut punch. Every sob story, every trembling plea, pure theater. The tape hits the streets of Pakistan, and the outrage erupts. People screaming about betrayal, because those coins were meant for real need, not this circus act. They're exposed, faces plastered everywhere. But here's the creepy part. Nobody's sure who they are. No names, no arrests, just a ghost family fading into the chaos. They didn't just scam a few bucks, they roped their kids into it, teaching them to lie for profit while real families starved. That camera killed their gig, sure, but how long were they at it? Days, weeks, months? How much did they pocket before the lens caught Dad's miracle walk? Number 5. The bus flopping bust that flopped. A city bus lumbers to a stop in Nanning, China, brakes hissing, passengers shuffling, when out of nowhere, a guy launches himself in front, flopping like a fish on a dock. He's banging the ground, rolling around, acting like the bus just mowed him down. Total chaos. The driver's leaning out, yelling, "What's your deal?" while baffled onlookers just stare, phones up. This dude's thrashing, milking every second. And you're thinking, did that bus really clip him? He's banking on panic, hoping the driver caves or the insurance pays big. But something's brewing, and this flop's about to hit a wall harder than he hit the pavement. 2 cops stroll up, eyeing the scene, calm, like they've seen this 100 times. The scammer's still at it, groaning, pointing at the bus, until the cops cut through the noise. "Knock it off or you're done," they snap, siding with the driver who's swearing he didn't touch the guy. It turns out, this fool is a local hustler. Poor, sure, but scamming is his hustle. That bus cam was rolling, catching his whole act, and the crowd's buzzing online. What a clown. He scrambles off, scam busted, no payout, just shame. Number 4. The bike-throwing scammer's tire tantrum. Some scammers fake injuries, others fake entire accidents. But this woman? She took it to a whole new level by hurling her own bike under a truck's wheels. A truck rumbles down a quiet road, engine growling, tires steady, when a woman steps up and hurls her bike straight into its path. The wheels crunch over it, and she's off, screaming, shoving the truck like she's stopping a freight train. The driver was baffled, pumping the brakes, while she escalates, pushing, yelling, then flopping in front of a tire, cozying up like it's nap time. You're watching this unfold, thinking, is she nuts or just pissed? She's gunning for a payday, insurance or straight cash, hoping the trucker panics and pays to ditch the drama. But this tantrum's about to spin out in a way she never saw coming. The message is clear. You crushed my bike. You owe me. But here's where the scam spins out of control. The trucker? Not fooled. He doesn't panic, doesn't argue. He just sits tight. Why? Because his dash cam is rolling, capturing her ridiculous act from start to finish. When she realized the whole scene was on record, she finally storms off, leaving her mangled bike and her dignity in the dust, while online chatter lights up. What a psycho. That trucker is safe, wallet intact. Number 3. The running start that ran out of luck. A car hums through a Chinese city, horns blaring, streets alive, when a woman bolts out, charging full speed like she's late for the Scam Olympics. She's aiming straight for the hood, legs pumping, eyes locked with pure determination. The driver slams the brakes, tires squealing, thinking she's gonna get creamed. She's this close to impact, ready to flop and cash in, when he stops short, and her whole plan skids to a halt. You're on edge, wondering, what's her next move? She freezes, caught mid-stride, and that's when this hustle takes a turn she didn't expect. She's visibly ticked, stomping, glaring, like the driver ruined her big moment. No crash, no payout. She's got nothing to work with. She marches off, muttering, probably plotting her next sprint. Number 2. The Moscow flop that flipped the script. Some scammers fake injuries, some fake crashes, but this woman, she didn't even bother with the impact, just went straight to playing dead. A Moscow road hums under dim streetlights, cars rolling, night settling in, when suddenly, a woman steps out and collapses right in front of a moving car. No stumble, no trip, just full body flop, like she's auditioning for a crash test dummy gig. The driver slows, confused. No thud, no impact, just her, lying there. Onlookers blink. One guy was filming, and you're thinking, is she hurt or just weird? She's banking on him inching closer. Honk, panic, and pay. But this driver's not playing her game. Something's about to flip this bizarre flop into a full-on bust. The driver reverses, smart move, keeping distance while she stays down, committed to her silent act. The onlookers were still rolling, and it clicks. This is an insurance scam. Russia's bread and butter hustle. She's got no clue her whole performance was on tape, caught by a dashcam culture, thanks to scams like hers. He's got proof he never touched her, and she finally peels herself off, slinking away when no cash flows. Number 1. The drunk dude's dash cam disaster. This con artist would have had a good payday except for his drunken state and a dash cam robbing him of his proposed paycheck. A driver idles at a stop, night quiet, lights low, when a guy stumbles up, reeking of booze and screaming bloody murderer. "You hit me, man," he slurs, banging the hood, swaying like he's 3 sheets to the wind. The driver was stunned. "I'm parked, dude," but this drunk was not hearing it, ranting, pointing, turning up the heat. You're watching, thinking, is he legit or just trashed? He's betting on chaos, hoping the driver caves in and pays to shut him up, but this mess is about to sober up fast in a way he'll hate. He's raging, doubling down. "You owe me," practically climbing the car, a one-man tornado of booze and lies. Most might toss cash to dodge the headache, but this driver's cool because his dash cam was rolling, catching every sloppy swing. The guy was too wasted to notice, still yelling, when the driver swerved around, leaving him flailing in a heap of his own shame. From crooked cops to tumbling frauds, these 20 scammers learned the hard way. The truth doesn't hide when the camera rolls. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.